We're looking at a cross number puzzle with 6 clues, and the first clue is factorials. The first one we're going to look at, there's only 2 3-digit factorials, so we fill in the puzzle this far. Then we look at 4 down, a perfect cube, and there's only 5 3-digit perfect cubes, and only 2 of those have a 2 in the middle, so we make these notes. The other perfect cube then would have to have a 1 or a 7 in the middle. Well, there are no 7s, so there's our only 2 possibilities. And if the 4 down has to start with a 1, it has to be 125, and then we fill in these notes for 1 across. Taking us to 5 down, a multiple of 29 that has to start with 6 or 2 and have a 0 in the middle, so that narrows it down to those 2 numbers, and we fill in. We then look at multiples of 11. Well, there's lots of those that start with either 2 or with 5, but of course they have to have a 1 in the middle or a 7 in the middle, and there's the 3 possibilities, and that allows us to add these notes in the final square. And then we look at a product of a pair of 2-digit primes. Well, a number that's a product of 2 primes cannot have any other factors but 1 in itself, so there's our 2-digit primes. And here's our partial products that we can have for 3 across. And 259 is divisible by 7, so is 553. And 753 and 759 are divisible by 3, leaving us only 2 numbers. So we can't have a 7 in that slot. And our multiples of 11, then we have to cross out 517 as a possibility. And there's our 2 possible numbers. 11 times 23 is 253, and 13 times 43 is 559. So if you put 253 in there, it follows that this would be the answer to this week's problem of the week, which was the answer submitted by all the correct submissions this week. But then, since we can also put 559 in the bottom, it turns out that there is a second possible answer for this week's problem of the week, and here it is.